saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb, a tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled me up. We had never met before that time, but
hello, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. Today I decided I wanted to take you through a traditional work day in my life. We've been doing so many fun vlogs on my days off because it is so much easier for me to have the time and the space to film. Filming a vlog actually takes a lot longer than you would think, and so my days off are just a lot easier to compartmentalize, like, okay, today I'm filming, and then during the week I can focus on the clinic. But today is kind of the perfect day where my schedule's a little bit different than it usually is, which means I have more time to film. My work schedule does change day to day just depending on when patients book appointments, and so today I work in the afternoon. I try to do 2 afternoons a week and then 2 mornings a week so that people are able to work around work schedules, sports schedules. And with that said, that means sometimes my morning routine will look a little bit different day to day. But because I work in the afternoon, this morning I have a lot of time in the morning, and so I always start the day with some chores. It just really sets my day up for success. A few of the things that we always do in the morning in our house is make the bed, take care of the cats, feeding them, getting them new water, cleaning their litter boxes, and then because we live in an apartment, their litter kind of tracks all over our entire apartment, so we vacuum every day. I'm curious to see, once we live in a house and they have like a dedicated litter box space, how much vacuuming we're going to have to do, because right now it just tracks all over the place because our apartment is so small. And their litter boxes are definitely in like a makeshift location, but we did the best for what we have. We don't really have like a true dedicated space, so we converted the built-in desk into a little area for them, which it does seem to work out well. We kind of tried everything, and Luca's really picky about litter box stuff, so that was like his only thing that he was okay with. And then I always unload the dishwasher if it is clean, and then I always leave time to eat breakfast too. And then, like I mentioned, my schedule is kind of always changing, like what time I need to be at work. Sometimes it's the morning, sometimes it's the afternoon. So for today, my Pilates class is a little bit later because I'm going into the clinic a bit later, and so I could do all of my chores and stuff before Pilates. I'm gonna eat breakfast before Pilates. I'm doing my hair and makeup before Pilates just because I won't have time to do it later, especially with filming. So hopefully that's not a bad idea. I haven't ever actually done this class that I'm doing today, so I'm excited to switch it up just a little bit. That's kind of how my schedule works. Some mornings it's all before Pilates, some mornings it's after Pilates. Most mornings I go to Pilates right away in the morning, and then I come home and do all this, get ready for work, and then go to work. If you guys watched the last vlog, I talked about how we are getting really close to closing on our house. Yesterday we went and did the final walkthrough, the blue tape walkthrough, which was honestly exhausting but so fun to see our house. They had like a red carpet out for us, they had this beautiful sign, they had a bow on the door. The builder took us through all of the different features of our house and how to turn off the gas if there's an emergency, how to use the fireplace in the house, how to change the filters, and literally every single little thing in our house. And then we also did the blue tape walkthrough where we marked if there was anything that needed to be fixed prior to actual closing. Thankfully there wasn't much. There was just little tiny things with the paint or with the trim, which he said is all very easy to fix and will be fixed by the time we close. We are 1 week today away from closing, which is just so exciting. I can't even believe that it's a week away. It has been such a long time since we purchased this house. We purchased this house about 3 months ago, so it just feels so good that it's getting to be so close. I'm just so eager to get to closing day and just like get to the house with our stuff, and I'm so excited to unpack. I'm so excited to have more space. We are sharing 1 closet right now in all of our apartment. We have 1 closet for decor, for clothes, for jackets, for cleaning stuff. We definitely make it work, but I'm so excited to have more space. I'm so excited for the cats to have more space. I've gotten a lot of questions on if we got to pick any of the finishes with our house. We didn't. The house was already like pre-designed, already being built when we purchased it, so we didn't get to pick anything, which did make us a little bit nervous about the floors because the sample that the realtor showed us looked very dark and it had a lot of texture in it, and we just weren't sure if we were gonna like that. And if you guys remember, the last time we were at our house, the floors were covered up with a lot of paper because they were still working on our house. And so yesterday our house is fully done, so the paper was off of the floor and we were able to see the hardwood, and oh my goodness, it looks so perfect. If you remember in the video, the realtor said that it was very warm, and I was thinking like, doesn't seem warm to me. It felt very like cool toned, which I'm personally not a huge fan of cool toned flooring. Oh my gosh, it's like the perfect medium warm brown. It looks so homey. It looks so good with the finishes. The house that we toured and actually initially put an offering on had light flooring, and so we were kind of bummed that we were getting dark flooring. And me and Jake yesterday were both like, wow, the dark flooring is way better. It looks so good. And that was like the only thing we were a little bit worried about, which we are gonna do rugs anyway, so we were like, it's really not that big of a deal. But it was so fun to finally, 3 months later, see what our floors are gonna look like. We have our moving process down to basically a science at this point. This will be me and Jake's 4th move together. I have moved so much since college. I think this will be my 7th move since I moved out of my house after high school. We kind of know exactly what we need, how long we need. We've been getting so many questions from family and friends of like, when are you guys gonna start packing? But when you live in a 1-bedroom apartment, you kind of need most of your stuff. And especially because it's so small, we don't really have a lot of stuff. And so for us, it takes us about a day to fully pack everything up. And then like another half day to patch up holes, take stuff off the wall, you know, all of that. And so we are going to start packing on Saturday, and then we'll pack Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday, we actually are getting our U-Haul, and then we're having movers come, which I have never ever had movers come ever before. I always thought it was something that was going to be like $1,000 to have people help you move, but our couch cannot go down our elevator. Unfortunately, it has to go down our stairs, and we live on the top floor of our apartment. It's a big job, and so I wanted to hire people simply just to help us with the couch, because the rest of the stuff is pretty easy and we're able to do. We have these wonderful furniture sliders. We are very good at packing. We always get like a dolly from U-Haul, which makes like stacking the boxes up super easy. We have wagons. Everything else is pretty easy for us to do on our own, but the couch is just something where we definitely need another set of hands. And so we hired some movers, and we just hired them for the smallest amount of time that we could, which was 2 hours, and it was only $200, which I was really surprised about, and I feel like it's definitely worth the money. So anyways, we're going to load up the U-Haul on Monday, and then what we're kind of hoping we have the energy to do is do a deep clean of our apartment. We have a whole big long checklist of stuff that they want clean, which if you've moved out of an apartment, I'm sure you're familiar with. It's just all sorts of stuff, which we can also be working on throughout the weekend as we're packing and things too. Hoping on Monday we can just get that done, because as much as we can say, oh, we'll just come back and we'll clean it, which of course we would, I just don't think we'll be as excited to do that as right now we think we might be. I think once we get into our house, we're just gonna want to be in our house. And then on Tuesday, we are going to close on our house. So everything will be packed up Monday night. We will sleep in our apartment, and then Tuesday morning, we will go close on our house. We were told that our close would be like 30 minutes, which is crazy. I thought it would be a long time. I think it's scheduled for over an hour. And they said no, most of it is just done virtually these days, which is awesome. So we'll go close on our house, and then we'll take our U-Haul to our house and we will start unloading it. And my plan with the cats is I think we're gonna take them to my mom's, like while the movers are here, while we're loading up the U-Haul, and then I think we'll just keep them at my mom's until we unload everything at our house, and then pick them up and bring them to our house when all of our stuff is there. I feel like that would probably be the least amount of stress for them and for us, because of course, like living in an apartment, if they get out of our door, they're in the hallway, they're safe. But in a house, they get out of our house, they're in the street. And that scares me. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm so excited to bring them to their house. It's just so funny to think like they have no idea how much their lives are about to change and how much better their quality of life is gonna be with having so much more space. So anyways, that's kind of our moving plan. And now we're kind of just in this like weird middle ground where there's not really anything we can do. We already scheduled our Wi-Fi to come. We did have to buy a washer and dryer. That's the only thing our house did not come with appliance wise, and so we got that all ordered and scheduled for an installation. Everything is kind of checked off of our to-do. We're kind of just in this like weird middle where there's not really much to do. We just kind of have to be patient and wait, which is totally okay. It's going to happen so fast. Just another reason why I wanted to vlog today, because this will be the last vlog in this apartment. This will be like the last time you see me getting ready in this bathroom. The next vlog will be moving content, which is so exciting. I'm so excited. That's like the main reason that I started vlogging, was because I wanted to document us moving into our first home, and now we're getting there. It is getting to be so close. Oh, I can't wait to share that whole process with you guys. Also, today I'm doing Utah curls, as they are called on social media, because I watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives in a day this weekend. It was so nice. I have been so busy, so go. And so Sunday was a day where I was like, you know what? I want nothing on my agenda. I just want to stay home and just relax. And so that is exactly what I did. It's funny because after the first episode, I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna get into this. And then suddenly I was finishing the entire season within 24 hours, and I absolutely loved it. You guys will have to tell me, are you watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? If you did, what did you think? Did you like it? Do you want another season of it? It reminded me of Selling Sunset before Selling Sunset got like really big and really produced. Like, it just actually felt like a show following these women, which I loved. So I'm really hoping for season 2. It's so funny because I didn't follow any of these people on social media. I of course heard about everything on social media, but I never followed any of the moms. And so now I'm just like, wow, I'm very invested in the show and in their lives. Okay, I am going to finish getting ready. I'm almost done, and then we will catch up when it is time for some breakfast.
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked on my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb. A tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then
I just finished Pilates, and I was thinking about this during my class, that it might be really helpful to share this in case you've ever felt the same way. I have been feeling a lot of anxiety and a lot of desire to not work out lately, and there's really not a reason why. I absolutely love my studio that I've been going to. I love my teacher that I've been going to. I've been going to her for the past couple of months, and her classes are so challenging in the best way. Every single time I take a class from her, it's like a class that I've never taken before, and I've been doing Pilates at this studio for almost 3 years, and so a lot of the stuff I'm very familiar with, or I've done it before. Every single class I go to with her, I'm like, oh, I've literally never done this before. But for some reason, almost every single day before my workout, I have this like intense urge to just cancel it, to not go. And then I go through that mental gymnastics of like, should I go? Should I not go? Maybe I could go tomorrow instead. Maybe I should just go on a walk instead. And I just want to say that those phases are very normal, and it's very okay to feel uninspired by your workouts or feel like you just don't really want to do it. I try really hard in those moments to like really hone into like, what do I need? Do I actually need to cancel my workout? There was a day last week where I actually just needed to cancel my workout, and I went on a walk with my mom because I was feeling very overwhelmed just with like my to-do list and all the things coming up, and I was like, you know what, I need to just be grounded, need to just go on a walk, get some fresh air, have some time with my mom to talk, and that helped me a ton. But there are other days like today where I knew that if I go, I'm gonna feel really good, and that I was perfectly capable of doing it with my level of to-dos for today. I don't know, I just feel like that might be helpful to hear. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone in that feeling. A big thing I also just remind myself of is this feeling is going to pass. I'm going to feel inspired and excited to work out again. Right now, I'm just not, and that's okay. Something a little bit lighter that I wanted to share with you is, look at my Stanley and look at the lid. So I ordered this lid from Amazon that's basically like the Hydro Jug lid, and oh my gosh, I am so obsessed with it. It took like a month to get here, but it was so worth the wait. I totally understand the hype for this kind of lid because I've been using this for like a week and I am obsessed. It has changed my life. Also, the Stanley is like very chipped, very stained, and so maybe when I decide to repurchase, I might just do the Hydro Jug, because having a lid like this is just so convenient and so cleanly too. I just think of like when I'm at work, it's just shut. Nothing's gonna get into the straw, onto the straw. Now we are headed to a little coffee date with Maggie. If you remember Maggie from the State Fair vlog, it was her birthday that we were celebrating. So we are gonna meet at our favorite little coffee shop. I'm so excited to see her. We are such type A besties where we always schedule things in advance for hangouts, and we both just knew that the next couple of weeks were gonna be really crazy, really busy, and we wouldn't have as much time to devote to our friendship. So we were like, why don't we schedule like an hour coffee date? I'm very excited for a coffee also. I have become a decaf girl, as we know from previous videos, but the taste is just so good, and I've been craving a coffee so bad, so I'm very excited to get a nice decaf iced vanilla latte.
I'm drowning again. Can't feel my face. 어디어지는 가에 and it's all 'cause of you.
I'm ready to go to the clinic now. I just changed into my scrubs. These scrubs by Figs are my absolute favorite. I always get the high-waisted ones. That way they stay in place all day. They don't do that weird like bulging in the back. It's so good. So just changed into those. I'm going to pack up my work bag. I just had my lunch, and then also I called the movers because they were supposed to call within 24 hours and they hadn't. So I just want to make sure that they're coming so that we don't need to make, you know, other plans and have friends and family come and help us. And the guy was super nice. We have a time all scheduled. I confirmed like 5 times. I was like, the couch can go down the stairs, right? That's not gonna be a problem, because when our couch got delivered, I paid to have it delivered to our apartment, and the guys, when they got here, because it didn't fit in the elevator, they unfortunately couldn't deliver it into our apartment. So that was a little bit freaky because it was the middle of a work day. Our couch was just sitting downstairs, nowhere to go. Thankfully, one of our neighbors actually helped us carry it all the way up the stairs. He has since moved though, so we had to come up with another plan, but we emphasized like we live on the top floor, there's a lot of stairs, and he was like, that's totally fine. And yeah, we just kind of talked through the logistics of that. So everything is checked off of the to-do now, which feels so good. I'm gonna have to send Jake a little voice memo and update him. I'm gonna pack up my work bag. This is kind of a random segue, but I always wear these New Balance shoes. They're so comfy. These are the 9060s. They're also so cute. I love these for working. Miko is here. I always feel so bad leaving the cats after I have like a little break at home. Look at, he's just hanging out by me. Oh, sweet boy. Just checking in. I have been at work now for quite a few hours, and it just so happens that my next patient is Maggie, and she is okay with us filming her visit, which is going to be so fun for you guys to see, especially for this work day in the life. I had already planned on filming today, and then she was like, hey, do you mind if I come get treated? And I was like, oh my gosh, how perfect. Because as I've mentioned before, patient privacy and comfortability is so important to me, much more important to me than getting content. But Maggie also creates content. She creates content on Instagram. She is a runner. She's an Orange Theory coach. She's a chiropractor. She practices very similarly to me, and she has a dog. So if any of those things appeal to you, highly recommend following her. But I'm so excited to give you guys a little insight on patient care and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay, Maggie's here, and she's gonna talk us through what we are working on and what she's been up to.
Half marathon Sunday. I did minimal training, which we talked about,
Yep.
which like I was kind of built up endurance-y, but I didn't do as much mileage as I previously had. Around like mile 11, my quads really started tightening up, and my knee on my left side started hurting, which wasn't the knee that was hurting before.
Oh, it was the right one.
So it was like patellar tendon.
Okay.
Pulling kind of pain, so I like know it's coming from quad.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different kind of pain than the right side, thankfully.
Okay, because the right side was back of the knee, right?
Yeah, that didn't bug me at all. Yesterday, I did a lot of walking and light movement. I did Normatec boots.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That felt good.
Because you have those at your clinic, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I just like sat in them for 30 minutes, and that was really helpful, but I'm still having like mostly calf tightness.
Oh.
Like I feel like I can't get a full dorsiflexion. Like I can't bring my toes up all the way. I can't get any full range of motion for my ankle.
Okay.
So it either feels like I don't have the strength to, or it's like hard stop.
Okay, and the quads feel better.
Quads feel better. It feels more restrictive in my calves to go into a squat. Whereas on Sunday, it would have been like quads were a hard stop. Quads feel fine.
Okay.
It's like calves.
How's the low back? Because usually that's
Low back is fine.
that's amazing.
Whoa! I'm having a ton of like suboccipital pain.
Oh yeah, because you had a headache yesterday.
And today.
And today you have one today too?
So I had a headache Sunday. It went away yesterday. And I woke up with it again this morning.
Oh. Do you think think it's because of the
stress.
Do you want to tell them what you're stressed about?
I also bought a house and I close in like
1 week after us.
1 week after you. So very soon. And my house needs some renovations right when we move in, before we can move in. So it's like getting flooring, which is, we got that approved today.
Amazing.
So that's
We'll
all
have to chat
figured
about
out.
that.
Yes. Less stress now that I'm here. We got Chipotle and I got a Diet Coke with it. My headache like went from a 7 to a 4.
See, if you're watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Moms, the Diet Coke. Well, I was watching it on Sunday and I texted my mom, I was like, do you have any Diet Coke? Like, I need Diet Coke. Something about it though is just so...
I grew up in a household where I didn't drink pop though, so that every time I have a Diet Coke, and especially not Diet Pop, and every time I have it, I feel like I'm doing something bad.
Yeah.
But it cured my headache, so.
I grew up in a house where Diet Coke was healthy.
I love that.
In the 90s, and I was like, oh, this is diet. It's like water.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you have it?
Right. Okay, so a little bit of tension. Do you think jaw is involved?
Probably, yeah, because I've been like pushing on my own jaw, and it's super tender through here, and then temporalis.
It's tender too.
Yeah, so like here, here, and then it's like this entire...
Okay, so you should focus on calves, neck. Is there anything else?
No. Everything else feels good. Low back has been incredible.
Which Maggie has ran, is this your third?
This is my third half.
And you've had very chronic low back pain with those. Like it would get very inflamed.
Yes.
From running.
Yeah. Like the last time I did a half, I came to Courtney the day before.
Yeah. And we were worried.
And I was in like debilitating pain. Like I could not walk, and it was stress related.
We were like, should we treat you the day before? It was a risk.
It was really scary, but it worked.
It did.
And then I woke up and I was fine.
Yeah, stress will cause a lot of physical pain. Well, let's do this. When you hear someone say that they got Chipotle, you have to get Chipotle. Where is your calf the most sore?
It is.
It feels on the inside, the tightness.
Yeah, right where you see the ridge between the two different calf muscles, it's like there.
Like right in through.
Yeah.
Usually I feel like people have calf tightness near fibular head.
Yeah.
That actually feels okay.
Yeah, that's not as tender. It's like inside.
There's just something too when you are so focused.
And when you have that time limit, you're so
Yes.
much more productive. I read a whole book today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What book did you read?
It was Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And it was so cute and just like heartwarming. I saw it on TikTok.
That's what I really feel like with the girl that owns Nadia's Cakes.
Yeah.
I feel like the romance stories are very human.
Oh, I love that.
And very like real life struggles that people are actually experiencing.
I would probably like her books.
You
then.
probably would. And it's so fun because they're all in Minnesota. Do you do your audiobooks on Spotify?
Yeah. Everyone I've looked up is included. She has the power to time travel.
That's the one you were talking about in your voice.
Yeah. I was like, I can't do this. Unreal
No,
for
I'm
me.
not a fantasy girl.
One is Lessons in Chemistry.
Oh yeah.
Which I really want to read.
Yeah, everybody loves that book. Do you have Apple TV?
No. But I feel like there's a lot of shows on Apple TV that I would want to watch.
I have really become such a reality TV fan.
I have too.
I need to start getting after my continuing ed.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, it's gonna sneak up on me. Yeah, I need to look into acupuncture. I've had so many patients recently who like want that.
I have too.
How many hours is it?
104.
But still 104 hours.
Yeah,
It's a lot of hours. And then a board exam. I'm kind of holding out until you do it.
I was thinking about that I need to do that next year.
That's what I was thinking too, next year. Especially if something is super chronic and just not getting better. Because I think that would count for most of our continuing ed next year, right?
It would. So I'm going to be teaching with him his next shoulder course.
It's exciting. Do you feel like I got the part that is bothering you?
Yeah.
I'm going to stretch the hamstring and glute on that side. And then we'll pivot to working on neck.
It's hard to get into that.
It really is, because it's kind of this feeling of where do you start. And I want to hear about the floors.
Oh.
How did that go?
Okay. And he's like, this will last 10 years because it's going to look so much nicer.
Right. So when you first move in, you need to paint everything.
And then after that, we have to demo all the floors. So I don't know how we're going to do it because it is such a weird way of moving while kind of renovating.
Yeah, because when are you gonna actually pack it all? When I ran out of the rock rub, I was like, let me try this, and I love it. It is now dinner time. Jake is out grilling some steak. We are gonna make at-home Chipotle bowls / tacos, which is one of our favorite dinners. It sounds so good. I am so excited for it. And I'm actually feeling kind of tired, so I think I'm just going to end this vlog here and take the rest of the evening to just relax. It's kind of gloomy outside. It was a long day of like managing content and patience and just all of the things. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of time to myself to relax. Typically after work, we always have dinner together, and then I usually watch YouTube or read my book. I've been reading the book Part of Your World from the same author as Just for the Summer, and it is so good. I actually started reading Just for the Summer first. I didn't realize that it was part of a series. So that was the third book in the series, and now I'm reading the first book of the series. So I'll probably spend some time doing that tonight, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit into my work day, my normal life, and not just the fun events on the weekend. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be moving into our house. Bye guys.